Not sleet, snow, or even the rain can stop them. We're not talking about the post office, but rather your Warriors. Even with heavy rain, the Warriors take home a second region win. We look at the game and look ahead to what's next. Plus, she's a beast in the classroom and on the court. We get to know volleyball's Hannah Drexel. And Coach Mark Freeman checks in as we enter week 3 of region play. That and a whole lot more after a word from our sponsors.
Shelby Fence Company is a name you can trust for outstanding fencing services in Shelby County and the nearby areas. We are the preferred contractor for fence installations, and you can depend on Shelby Fence Company to provide superior fencing and gate options, including chain link, aluminum, and wood.
Clothing, shoes, accessories, and gifts. G&G Loft has all that and more. We also offer a full line of Merle Norman makeup. Come let our staff help you pick the perfect piece just for you.
Hi, I'm David Stevenson, owner of SRS 10 Graphics. Our number one objective at SRS is providing you with the best products and services available. Visit our website and see why we don't say we're the best, our customers do.
Classic Nail Spa is proud to be one of the best nail salons in Alabaster. We will provide excellent service with all the new trends. Come relax and pamper yourself with us today.
Go Warriors!
Let's take back this yard!
Yeah!
Hold on, soldiers. There's an easier way to deal with mosquitoes and ticks. Wayne's Pest Control offers modern solutions that are safe and effective, so you don't have to battle them alone. It's best to just call Wayne's Pest Control.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. When it rains, you can run and wait for it to pass, or do like the Warriors did, embrace it, dance in it, and take home the win. This past Friday night's game didn't look as expected, but even with the band not in uniform, without some instruments and props, they kept the student section going as the Warriors took home a win in their region play. Matthew Moyer, the voice of the Warriors, joins us again. Matthew, welcome back.
Thank you.
And, we expected certain names as the season started, but a few I did not expect. We'll start with R.J. Evans.
Phenomenal start. Yeah. Exactly. Incredible is a great way to put it. He is off to just an amazing start. Michael Dujon has started these games. RJ, there's no drop off. There's just been a really nice segue into him, and he has done a phenomenal job so far.
Anytime you have a stellar senior, you always wonder who's coming up next. Mm-hmm. And RJ's behind Dujon as a junior. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of gives you a bit of confidence that they're going to be okay next year.
I think they're going to be just fine at the running back spot, yes.
And of course, Jarrett Smith, we know he does incredible things, and he's, as you laugh, we get to know his name very well, leading that team in so many different ways on the field.
Yeah, I laugh because he has just been a game wrecker for these offenses. He is just phenomenal. His motor runs at a very high level, and it's just so much fun to watch him play. And during the broadcasts, I will even say to John, guess who? Number 4, and there he is again. Just, oh my gosh, it is so much fun to watch.
I know Auburn fans are ready to see him next year because he is definitely getting us kind of ready and primed for that coming up. Our offense is clicking a lot better.
It sure is.
Yeah, I mean, and you talked earlier, Trent's passes are they're looking flawless.
This past game, you could have put him in an NFL jersey.
That's some big words to say.
Well, if you go back and look at it, though, take a look at some of those passes. The touchdown passes were amazing.
Right.
But some of the times where he had to scramble, maybe make a couple of plays, there was one, he is rolling out to his left. He is on the wrong foot, and it was just a perfect pass to the sideline. And I catch myself pinching myself. It's like, wait a minute, this guy is 15 years old. I have a 15-year-old, and I watch him play, and it's just the maturity level, the way that he leads this team. And I had a chance to talk to him before the game on Friday. So incredibly humble.
Which is important.
It is, and I think that's a big part of it. He gives the glory where it's due. Mm-hmm. He loves his team. He loves his coaches. And everything that he does on the field shows exactly that.
Well, that quarterback position, you have to win the locker room to trust you on the field. You have to have the football IQ to watch everything going around. It's just a lot. It's more than just who can run and who can throw the ball.
That's right.
I mean, you got to be a leader in so many different ways. And we've watched Trent grow from his 8th grade year now, 10th grader. But to say he could be an NFL, that's huge to say.
Look at some of the throws. I know that sounds crazy, but look at some of the throws. They were right where they needed to be. The receiver is in stride. They're not having to make many adjustments. Certainly there are times where the receiver's going to have to adjust to the ball. It's raining, it's gusty, but for the most part, they were just right in stride, and it is so much fun to watch. I can't imagine it's all that much fun for opposing coaches to watch.
Probably not. We always know the Oak Mountain score the past few years has been a blowout, but now we go to Vestavia. Road games are always different.
They are.
Vestavia's had a little bit of a rough start, but they did okay Friday night.
They did. Charles Taff is their quarterback. Got to watch a little bit of that and read about it this week. That Hewitt-Trussville loss was a heartbreaker for them. But
he was good.
He was. They've been good all the way through. And the one thing that you can never overlook a team. You've got Clay Chalkville coming up in a couple of weeks.
For homecoming.
I guarantee you Coach Freeman is not letting them look past this game. At 1-3, this might be one of the better 1-3 teams in this state.
But you mentioned Clay Chalkville, and those players are probably thinking about last year on TV and that loss, and they're ready for revenge. But a good coach is like, hey, one day at a time, and he's probably not. Let's get past Vestavia first and see what happens.
Right.
It could. I mean, like I said, road games are always a challenge. It's not your home setting. It's a little bit different. The fans can pack. They always pack out to see Thompson. I feel like to see what we have, and everybody wants that bright and white to say we beat them in region play. So I feel like it has a little different weight on it than most games.
John and Tim and I talked about it off air this past Friday night. Thompson is everyone's Super Bowl. They are. If you can knock off the Warriors, it can make an entire season. And so that has to be an interesting position for our Warriors, knowing that every week you have to be on your game because you are your opponent's Super Bowl.
And what's that say whenever you didn't have that state championship last year, but yet you're still the one everyone wants to beat?
There's no doubt about it. And I think part of that is that Central Phoenix is just far enough away where it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But we go in and we handle our business week after week in our region.
Right.
And we get everyone's Super Bowl effort.
I have to think those first 2 games, and we did it last year before, where we play opponents that we're not used to playing, that are good in their state, that has to get our guys ready, loss or win, for what's coming up in the season with region play.
No doubt about it. It gets their
challenges
attention.
them.
Exactly.
I think it takes all complacency away at that point.
Gets their attention right out of the gate. They learn a lot about themselves. And starting off with Grayson and Lipscomb, you are now prepared for the rigors of Region 3.
Right, because I'm sure there are any surprises they showed them that night. So absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Matthew, you and the team Friday night, if they're not going, they can hear you guys on Warrior Nation Network. And also NFHS, just hit the one that says published by Thompson so they can see our video. Our guys do a fantastic job getting all the angles. You guys do a great job. And you have a post game as well.
We do. We have a pregame and a postgame. Tim Melton does just an amazing job with the pregame, the halftime, and the postgame. And then 2-time state champion John Lunsford. He is just a dream to work with. So both of those guys together, it's just been really neat. At the end of the game, Tim kind of caught me off guard this past Friday night, and he says, all right, so you're 4 games into your career at Thompson, having been at Oak Mountain for 7 years, how do you feel? I was trying to hold it together because I'm just so overwhelmed by the opportunity. As I mentioned on Friday night, our family is so incredibly grateful, and there's not a day that goes by that I'm not on my knees thanking God for this opportunity.
Well, now you're part of the Warrior family, so that's
so
just
much fun.
It is. They're always very welcoming, and we're glad to have you part of the Warrior family, and can't wait to see you after football season as some baseball, softball. I know you'll be calling lots of games coming up.
We're really looking forward to it, so it's just such a blessing.
Okay, coming up, a volleyball standout that you've got to know, Hannah Drexel. We're going to get to meet Hannah and find out why she decided to go to college close to home. Plus, Coach Mark Freeman checks in. That and a whole lot more after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Arnavino, and I'm happy to share that we're providing oral appliance therapy for patients with obstructive sleep apnea. This is an FDA-approved appliance, so call us today for more information.
Brooklear Pharmacy is your hometown pharmacy offering competitive prices on prescriptions, hormone replacement therapy, compounding, medical equipment, and immunizations. Brooklear Health Mart Pharmacy, dedicated to providing the best health care for our community.
Go Warriors!
Authentic Mexican cuisine right here in Alabaster. Combined with Sneaky Pete's hot dogs, this is a great place to stop in for a bite to eat. Online ordering and delivery is available at our Alabaster location.
Since 1980, Mr. Bug's Pest Control has remained one of Alabama's top pest control companies. From residential to commercial, we always strive to embrace our industry's latest and most current technology. We provide our customers peace of mind by knowing their pest and termite control needs are met.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. Thursday wasn't your normal day in school for students at Thompson High School. Students were able to take in a volleyball match as the volleyball team hosted Daphne at 1:30 during the day. On that team, Hannah Drexel, a senior, leading the way and saying Thompson has prepared her for much more than just success on the court. So as we get to know our volleyball players, we're going to start with Hannah Drexel, and I call you Drex because that's been your nickname. How did you get that nickname?
In 7th grade, Coach Tawny, my first ever volleyball coach, just started calling me Drex, and it's just kind of stuck since then, so yeah.
It stuck so much that I did not know Hannah was your first name.
Yes, a lot of people don't.
Now this team this year is a younger team, and you're one of the seniors. What is it like knowing that this is going to be a growing season possibly for you guys?
It's really exciting because we get to see like where we started at and how we're going to finish, and it's nice to see that.
Now away from this court, you're going to play in college. Where are you going to college?
Wallace State.
What made you decide to go there?
They have a really good nursing program, and I went and visited with the coach and the team and everything. I just love the atmosphere there. It reminds me a lot like Thompson, so it kind of feels like home. So yeah.
I asked you what kind of nursing. You said pediatrics.
Yes, I love kids, so I like them a lot. Kids are just kind of, I've always been, I guess, drawn to them, the way they I like to see kids develop and everything, so I think helping them out when they're sick is just kind of something that I'd be interested in.
I think that takes a lot of passion, a lot of heart. Now you have a 4.5 GPA.
Yes,
that's impressive to be a student athlete and that. How have you balanced all that?
Honestly, it's been a lot of late nights of staying up, doing homework after games when we get done and go home at 10 o'clock, and then I'm up till 12, and then that's pretty much what it is, just doing homework and just trying to stay on it.
Which means you'll be ready for college.
Yes.
The study habits will be there.
Yes.
Now, you're one of 4, but you're the only athlete in your family.
Yes.
How has that been for your family kind of growing up at the volleyball court for you?
It's been nice. It's been kind of interesting because I was the first athlete, so none of my parents had ever been to games or anything. None of my siblings had either. And so I remember the first couple games, they'd all show up, and it's 5 of them sitting in the stands and everything, and it's just, yeah.
Ready to cheer you on the whole time, and they'll probably do it at Wallace State as well.
Yes.
So when you leave Thompson and someone says, do you remember Drex from volleyball? How do you want them to remember you?
I just want to remember me as being a fun person and just always, go happy, go lucky, kind of, yeah.
I'm sure they will. Thanks so much. Next Tuesday night, Hannah and the rest of the seniors will be honored at senior night as the ladies host Tuscaloosa County at 6:30. As the football team dives deeper into region play, they're keeping their eyes on the end goal, reclaiming a state championship. As Christina Chambers found out, the goal comes down to the chemistry on and off the field.
Penalties, especially against Vestavia, they like to do a lot of trickery, so we've really been focusing on being disciplined, especially at the defensive line, keeping ourselves disciplined, watching the ball, not focusing on the fakes or any fake snaps, stuff like that. I would say it's our performances. We haven't been satisfied with what we're doing, so now we realize that and we want to step it up ourselves. So each different players just bringing more energy. So we've been playing on the same team ever since we were little kids. And when we were little, we never dreamed of being able to be teenagers and playing against such high level competition. It's really been like a dream come true. Well, with us being such close age, we've really been partners. We've been friends and we've been able to compete against each other forever. So we've always been working on getting each other better. And I feel like that's our best components, our hard workingness, always trying to help each other get better. Yeah, it's really special. We all love to come together, watch our games after we've played them. We always want the best for each other. So what I do after we walk the field, we'll break it down, and I have this weird tradition where I'll like run on the field weird. I'll like twist and turn on the field, and then once I get to the 50-yard line, I'll just sprint as fast as I can to the other end zone. It's just one of my rituals that I like to do before a game, just to get the jitters out.
Have you ever not done it and you guys didn't play as well, or?
I've never not done it. Every time I've played, I always make sure I do it.
Well, I mean, I saw a whole bunch of improvement, you know, from every position on offense, you know, O-line, running backs, receivers, you know. We have a lot of receivers, guys that are getting in, subbing in. I think that's really good for us. That's a big strength we have because, you know, we don't have guys going out there for 5 consecutive plays and getting tired. We have guys that can sub them out, and guys can catch their breath, and they can get back right out there and go full speed every play. And the O-line, they did a great job, you know, protecting. We were still able to run the ball really well. And I think that's what we need to focus on going into this week is being able to run the ball and also throw the ball too. Oh, I mean, you know, Mike and RJ, you know, they're some of the best running backs I've ever seen. And, you know, there's still so much improvement to, you know, to go on through the rest of the season. And I think the main thing where credit is due is, you know, Coach Sutton, the running backs coach. You know, when he came in earlier this year, you know, he was already onto the running backs. You know, he was attention to detail, getting them right on their technique and running the ball and reading the gaps and stuff like that. And I think that pays huge dividends to the running backs. And also our O-line, you know, very great at run blocking. You know, they're able to create holes for the running backs to run in, and then our running backs, you know, can see the holes very well, and they attack them, and they're just very good at that. Now that I'm not like the youngest guy in the building, you know, I'm now kind of an older guy, a veteran, you know, I'm able to really, you know, speak vocally, make sure guys are, you know, staying in the right places, doing the right thing. And I'm just trying to, you know, be more vocal as a leader and getting guys to, you know, do what's right, you know, stay in line, like I said. And that's really the main thing. You know, they have a great defensive coordinator and they have a great defensive scheme. But, you know, we're just going to go out there, we're going to run our offense. You know, we're not going to worry about anything too much, and then we're just going to do what we got to do. I mean, I'm like a really big history buff. You know, I love to study history, especially like World War II era. That's my favorite part of history. I do all my book reports and research papers on all that. So I guess that's another thing. Just the amount of preparation that went into everything. You know, I mean, it happened years in advance, you know, starting all the way back in, you know, World War I with the whole Franz Ferdinand assassination. It started from back there, and the end of World War I leading into World War II, and all the stuff happening in Europe and Asia and the Pacific Ocean. You know, it's just so many pieces that fall into place, and so many puzzles that, you know, fit together to make, you know, such a huge plan to execute.
So do you kind of translate that into your football when you're in the film room, kind of?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing, you know. Throughout the season, you know, we're working on things here and there, and all of a sudden you realize that they all add up to, you know, the playoffs and getting to state too.
When we come back, Coach Mark Freeman takes us inside the Warriors practice as he tells us the goals the team has before kickoff Friday night. You're watching the Weekly Warrior Preview.
At Total Roofing, we understand the importance of a sturdy and reliable roof. Whether you're dealing with roof repair, restoration, shingle replacement, storm damage, or a pesky roof leak, we've got you covered. Call Total Roofing at 205-432-8395. Buddy's Barbecue, a family-run staple in Alabaster since 1976. We make barbecue the old-fashioned way and serve it with our handmade sides.
From the class of 89.
From 87.
From 83. First state champs.
Always a warrior.
Better Lawn and Gardens. We're located right here in Alabaster. We specialize in weed control and fertilizing, landscape lighting, lawn maintenance, and landscaping. We love serving our neighbors in Alabaster. Reach out for your free quote.
Go Warriors! Hi, I'm Jacob with Duck Doctor USA. If you would like a healthier home, give us a call today at 205-980-0800 or check us out on the web at duckdoctorbirmingham.com.
Duck Doctor says, Go Warriors!
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. It doesn't matter how much of a blowout the score is, any coach will tell you every week there's something to improve on, including Coach Mark Freeman.
I thought we got better in a lot of areas. Special teams was really good. Offensively, we came out, started the game really good. There again, we had a week where we went up 14-0, and go to sleep on defense. And I hate to keep harping on it, but I have to deal with that as head coach. You know, where are we getting? We're 14-0 that we go to sleep 2 weeks in a row and get the game 14-7. We got to get that fixed. And like I said, I think it was a 15-play drive. Had about 5 penalties on that drive. So we got to get that fixed to be really good. We're not where we have been this time of year the last 5 or 6 years, but I think we've got a chance to be really good if we just continue to work, and the kids have done that. We've had 2 really great weeks of practice, so we should play good this Friday. Maybe a maturity level, discipline as far as on the field discipline, knowing situations. Are they going to try to get you to jump off sides? You know, are they going to try to, and do they succeed in doing that? You know, is there a questionable play that you're going to go ahead and take a chance of getting a penalty to extend a play or a drive on third down? Just football knowledge, you know, and it's on both sides of the ball. It's not just on defense, but I think our kids, we got to get better and we got to understand football more. You always have to prepare for all the little things they do, trying to jump you off sides, moving around on defense at the last minute, doing things on offense that you know, out of a tempo pace type deal situation. There's a lot to prepare for, and they're well coached. They're a good football team, and they play hard. So it's one of them games we got to go to their stadium, and it's a region win. We got to go in there and find a way to win. I just want to see him continue to make smart decisions. There's a lot of opportunity for him to make decisions before the play, that he's got another option to get us to another play. You know, it could be run to pass to run, but he's very smart, and he's doing a good job as far as leading our team offensively. And like I said, we play some teams that would rather us run the ball. In the last 2 weeks, we've been able to really do a great job running the football. And I think down the road, we have to run the football to have a chance to be really good. And like I said, I think our running game, our offensive line is getting better every week. And I think we play great defense. I just think we've had a mental lapse, like the third series of the game or something, and just mentally get that fixed. But our defense is, man, they've played great all year, truthfully, except for a drive or 2 in the game. And offensive line's getting better, and so I see progress, you know, so that's something to be encouraged about.
It's now time for the DL on the Warriors. We begin with cross country, where the ladies are now in the top 10 for 7A. Their next race is this weekend in Gulf Shores. To baseball, where Ian Hillary has announced he will play for Alabama State next year. And to softball, where first base Kaden Bush has announced she will join the team at South Alabama after Thompson. That's going to do it for us here on the Weekly Warrior Preview. Thank you for joining us each and every week, and thanks to our sponsors who make the show possible. We'll see you Friday night in Vestavia.